Mental health is real, seek help, end the stigma. On the news this evening, lawyer says PDP suit against Governor Fubara's suspension still valid. APC says 2027 presidential ticket open to all. Chinedu awaits briefing on Abuja-Kaduna train derailment. On the foreign scene, dozens injured as Israeli forces raid Palestinian city. I'm Sam Chinedu, and the news continues after the break. A Lagos-based lawyer, Libros Oshoma, says the suit filed by the PDP Governors Forum against the suspension of Siminalayi Fubara cannot be described as a mere academic exercise, even if the state of emergency in Rivers State comes to an end. Recall that shortly after President Chinedu
academic exercise in the sense that the Supreme Court of academic exercise in the sense that the Supreme Court of the Constitution does not become an academic source of debate.
Mr. Sharma said the only time the case could be struck out, claimants failed to pursue it diligently.
So once a claimant abandoned, then the case would be struck out for lack of diligent prosecution by the courts. We are no longer talking about academic exercise. We are talking about the diligence of the claimant in the matter. So if you bring a case, the presumption is that you will pursue it diligently to a logical conclusion. But in the absence of that, you don't expect the courts to now to be the judge and then the claimant at the same time in the same matter.
Mr. Libros Oshoma also said he would like the Supreme Court to deliver judgment on the matter, despite the peaceful resolution of the political dispute between Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the FT Nyesom Wike.
We saw how quickly she told to all the issues that ordinarily they ought to have resolved before the declaration. So the people before now were even pursuing the case. We did not feel any need to want to pursue it further, considering the fact that the two actors involved have shed their sword. They probably had taken the option of a resolution rather than that of constitutionality. It would have been better if we had the Supreme Court take a bite on it.
Away from the legal tussle, the APC chairmanship candidate in the upcoming local government election in Andoni, Lucky Promise Otuo, says if elected this Saturday, he will prioritize human and infrastructure development, security, entrepreneurship, and education. Mr. Promise Otuo said this at Ngo Town on Tuesday during the grand finale of the APC campaign in Andoni. He said he will run an all-inclusive governance, transparent and people-focused administration to ensure that money meant for the people is deployed to projects and programs that will have a positive impact on them. Earlier, the leader of Nyesom Wike Associates in Andoni local government area and a former speaker, River State House of Assembly, Ikunyi Owaji Ibani, expressed confidence in the ability of Lucky Promise Otuo to transform Andoni and provide effective governance at the grassroots. Mr. Ikunyi Owaji Ibani says the presence of APC in Andoni, the coalition party ADC, cannot gain ground in the area. And from local politics in Rivers to national politics in Abuja, the APC says that despite the massive endorsement President Bola Tinubu has already received ahead of the 2027 presidential election. The party is still keeping its doors open for other aspirants to contest the ticket. The party explained that as a democratic organization, it will provide an opportunity for anyone who wishes to run in the primaries against the president. Speaking with newsmen today in Abuja, the APC's National Organizing Secretary Suleiman Argungu said the party's strong performance in the just concluded by-elections shows the confidence Nigerians continue to have in the APC. He assured that the party remains committed to the welfare, security, and prosperity of the people.
We as leaders of the party today, the NWC, have endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu this year as the next presidential candidate of the party, and by extension, other organs have done similar thing. But that does not mean that the door is closed for anybody who wants to aspire to be the next president of this country under the platform of All Progressive Congress. We will not deny him that opportunity to come and purchase one.
Ms. Argungu also revealed that the APC will soon hold an interactive session with all elected senators, members of House of Representatives, and State House of Assembly members in Abuja. According to him, the session will provide a platform to exchange ideas and strengthen trust within the party.
The task before us is enormous, but with discipline, loyalty, and unity, we will continue to derive victories for the APC and progress of Nigeria.
Meanwhile, on the President Bola Tinubu has stressed the forefront of Africa's progress. Speaking to Brazil today, the president promised to speed up Nigeria's development by focusing on technology and food security, drawing inspiration from success stories in countries like Brazil. He also restated his administration's commitment to driving change through innovation, reforms, and inclusive growth. The president has now departed Brazil for Abuja. Back home, however, the president is also responding to a different concern. President Bola Tinubu says he awaits a full briefing on the Abuja-Kaduna train that derailed to ensure swift action and support for all those affected. President Tinubu, who stated on his official X handle, commiserated with passengers of the Abuja-Kaduna train. He said necessary steps are expected to be taken to prevent similar occurrences in the future. Still to come, Rivers students beg federal government to meet ASUU's demands. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Some students at various tertiary institutions in Rivers State have appealed to the federal government to urgently consider the demands of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, and avert possible strike by the union. They told correspondent Nnamdi Samwala that second semester examinations, which are fast approaching, will be disrupted in the event of any industrial action, thereby extending graduation year for final year students. They said the future of youth will be most affected if the looming ASUU strike and other lingering issues are not addressed.
People are intending to graduate, like final year students are graduating. So if ASUNA then go on strike, all their plans and everything will just get bad. Everybody will be sad. Students too will just stay back home doing nothing instead of being in school learning in order for them to graduate. So it will affect a lot of students badly. Federal government should look into it, work towards ASUNA going on strike.
Students are already preparing for their exams, and with ASU strike coming up, that would disrupt a lot of things, and the government just has to listen to the demands of ASU.
You know, when you stop reading, some things where you don't read, you can't forget them. So you can't come back now, you can't be like say you want to start afresh. So those things are not good.
Meanwhile, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Rivers State University, RSU branch, held a walk against what it described as the continued insensitivity of the federal government to the plight of lecturers and the decay in public universities. Addressing newsmen at the RSU main campus in Port Hackett, the ASU branch chairperson, Emmanuel Davis, said the poor treatment of ASU members is causing massive brain damage amongst union members, adding that the situation threatens the future of students.
Despite several negotiations, appeals, and patriotic services by our union, the federal government has continued to renege on its promises and agreements. This deliberate neglect has left our public universities in a state of underfunding, infrastructural decay, poor conditions of service, and massive brain drain, thereby threatening the future of Nigerian youths and the country at large.
Dr. Davis, while reiterating the commitment of ASU to quality education, urged the federal government to prioritize reviewing the salaries of ASU members instead of the salaries of political office holders.
The neglect of education is a direct threat to national security, economic progress, and societal stability. We call on the federal government to act responsibly and without further delay by signing and implementing the renegotiated salary structure, releasing the revitalization fund, signing the renegotiated 2009 FGN ASU agreement, reviewing academic staff salaries upward in line with present realities.
Correspondent Namdi Samwala reports that the union members carried placards with inscriptions such as Government Honor Agreement with ASU, FGN ASU 2009 Agreement is outdated, Government Revive Education, Lecturers are now beggars, ASU does not need loan, amongst others. In another development, the President General of the Initiative for Transparent Strategy and Good Leadership, Chinedu, is calling on the Rivers State Commissioner of Police CP Olugbenga Adepoju to intervene and ensure the unconditional release of youth activist Thank God Mfata. Mr. A told our correspondent that Mfata was initially arrested by operatives of the C4I police unit over what he described as a civil matter. He alleged that upon Mfata's release, a politician from Emoha local government area directed that the activist should not be granted bail, claiming a petition had been filed against him over cyberbullying, character assassination, and pipeline vandalism. According to Mr. A, the said petition was never tendered before the police, yet Mfata remains in custody.
In this type of matter, if somebody defames you, the very best thing lawyers do is to file for defamation of character. He said he has a petition before the police. The petition was not before the author post. So what is the essence of intimidating the police there? Even the cyberbullying is a very simple level offense. So why ordering the police not to release Mfata? So he will never intimidate everybody in Rivers State. He cannot do that. An opposition must be heard. We are calling on the Nigerian police, particularly the Commissioner of Police, to intervene on this matter and to release Mfata unconditionally.
Meanwhile, the River State Police Command is yet to speak on this. In a related security development, police operatives from the River State Command have reportedly arrested scores of youths, women and men from Bolu community in Obiakpo local government area. The incident happened around 4 p.m. after reports that youths in the area who were carrying out a no drug abuse campaign had flogged a policeman and 2 others allegedly caught using hard drugs. A report said about 8 police vans entered the community led by the same policeman accused of taking drugs. But the police in the state said Nyan reported a case of assault and stealing by youths of Nkbolu. Recall that the youths led by their chairman, Ohonda Chamberlain, vowed to stamp out drug abuse in their community, noting that the menace was triggering criminality. Chamberlain said the campaign was not targeted at anyone. but it was aimed at saving youths from drug abuse. He noted enforcement agency NDLEA was aware of the efforts, adding that all the drug sellers arrested have been handed over to the drug agency. The police are yet to speak on the arrest of the youths. On the international scene, dozens of people have been injured in an Israeli military raid on the Palestinian city of Nablus. Dozens of today. The Palestine Red Crescent Society told Al Jazeera that its teams treated 36 people, including some who suffered tear gas inhalation. On the news this evening, you heard the lawyer says the PDP suit against Governor Fubara's suspension is still valid. The APC says 2027 presidential ticket is still open to all. President Chinedu says he awaits a briefing on the Abuja-Kaduna train derailment. On the foreign scene, dozens have been injured as Israeli forces raided Palestinian city. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Sam Chinedu. Thanks for listening.